What up, guys? Get started in just a second. Jazakallah khair. Always there. What up, brother? Assalamu alaikum, Wasim. Right now, I'm barely starting to sketch this, so it's not going to be clear what I'm drawing. But on this side is the human territory, and on this side is the fairy tale territory. On this side, there's the sunlight, there's beautiful skies, and a whole lot of peace, but it's just a lie, right? So you got this cloud up in the sky, this castle, and you're going to have this cloud that's manipulating stuff over here, while on this side, everything's pretty war-stricken. There's destruction and people trying to escape beyond this border right here. So there's like a door. Thanks, Sam. What up, bro? Long time no see. What up, bro? Thank you guys for liking the live. Thank you, lazy boys. So this giant wall in the middle is called the blank port, and it's invisible to the asleep population on the human side. So it blends in, the technology just blends in and matches the surrounding. But on this side, it's very visible. So what up, Art Master? Right now, I have to draw an illustration of the story world, the main conflict of the story world, which is there's an illusion of peace on this side, and then there's a lot of suffering on the fairy tale side. And that these fairy tales, families, they want to go on this side to live a good life, but it's going to be under the cloud dictatorship, pretty much, where they have they have to pretend to be human, and there's all of these things, so they have to blend in. But it's better than living in this war-stricken land over here. So I'm still trying to put it together, trying to see how the logic of the illustration is going to be, the perspective. So. Okay, I think this will be the horizon on here. The ceaseless watcher turns its gaze upon the stream. What up, bro? I think what I'll do is I'll put down here. Put some lettering. Human territory. And over here we'll put fairy tale territory. What up, bro? Yeah, I mean, right now it might be a little boring because it's the rough sketch. You know, I'm still piecing things together, but it'll get there. Right now we're processing the drawing pretty much. So fairy tales escape the blank border. To them, it's a blank port of opportunity. They go into the human territory where humans are asleep. They can't see fairy tales. So these fairy tales have to pretend to be human on this side to live a normal life, to have to take care of their family, and have a future. Here it's too war stricken, and that's because the secret government up in the sky called the Cloud of the New World make sure that fairy tales don't unite and become a threat, right? And then make sure humans stay asleep, they don't become a threat. So there's this manipulator up in the sky that's making sure that the new world doesn't change. But that's going to happen by force, one way or another. I should put... trying to center it. So Gehenna and Asia, just less hell and more fantasy. It's like Men in Black meets fairy tales, to put it in a simple way, instead of aliens. But imagine if there's a whole part of the world that was completely cut off from humanity, where most humans don't know it even exists. They think the edge of the world is here, and they have no idea that there's a whole other peoples out there. And once these other peoples, these fairy tales come into their society, by law, by this law up here, this cloud, they make sure that they have a chip implanted in their neck, a scramble chip, which is like their citizen chip, to make them look human to all these asleep humans over here. And now there's humans that are awake that don't like that. There's a couple of humans that are like human supremacists in the story, where they despise fairy tales and they believe humans and their situation of being asleep on purpose by this tyrannical secret government needs to be taken down. And you would think they're the good guys, but they're really not. They're really not. This story deals with how groups can demonize another group to give permission to crush them and annihilate them from existence. And the people who play that game, the real bad guys, they're the ones always trying to make fear the center, fear the focus on to cover up the truth of what's going on. And there's people who want to see humans and fairy tales live together, but that's never happened in the history of demonation of the story world. So, fairy tale territory. Okay. And now we're going to show the contrast between the two. So we got modern cities. There's demons. Demons are a race in the story. Thank you, brub. No español, Marie. Sorry. Let me try to translate. I cannot translate it. I'm sorry. Que va être encore très joli, bonne soirée été. I'm not sure. I see a smiley face. I think it's a good compliment. Thank you. Okay. All right. So human territory. It's modern. We're gonna have skyscrapers, and they have no idea that there's this giant cloud castle in the sky up here. This fake utopian city called Unity City. So, we've got this, we've got the gates. And then there's other clouds. Their job is to make sure humans stay asleep. And then there's another cloud over here, cloud 0. Make sure fairy tales don't unite. So they're always messing with their politics. So a hollow bastion. I don't know, bro. I don't know. So a hollow bastion. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that is. So long ago, mankind used to live amongst creatures you would only find in folklores, myths, and legends. But that was far too long ago. In the aftermath of an unfathomable calamity, humanity lost its soul and fell into a deep sleep, closing the doors of perception on them for ages to come. As time leapt onwards and technology evolved, a new world was born from the ashes of the old, where people began dismissing those mystical creatures of their ancient past as mere fairy tales. That is until something with enough destructive force slips through the cracks and threatens that fragile balance. However, high above the clouds and just below the heavens exists a top secret organization, so secretive that no one even knows their true name, whose sole purpose is the preservation of the new world. Our story begins here. So this is the prologue for the series, and there's a lot of secrets in that prologue. There's a lot of lore bits that you're going to find out later on what I mean by the things, by an unfathomable calamity, humanity fell into a deep sleep, closing the doors of perception. All these things actually have a story world value. There's something that it's referencing that you will find out as you go in the story more and more. And obviously I don't want to spoil what I'm working on too much, but A lot of secrets are in that prologue. I just told you guys. So for me, pencils is probably the slowest part. If you guys are not into watching someone figuring out how the drawing is going to be set up and everything, sorry guys, it takes a while for me to get it the way I like it. And then inking also takes a while, I ain't gonna lie. Inking takes a huge chunk of time, but at least you know what you're working on at that point. By the way, can't see the black side wrong because of the light. Oh yeah. Sorry about that. It's gonna be a little hard to see. Nah, you still can't see it, huh? It's not much anyways. Let me see if I turn it off. That's better. You just wanted a sneak peek. Okay, I'm gonna show you something, bro. See it? There's still that light. A lot of details. Evil gods to beasthood turned. No gods in this story. But you can, I guess, if you're thinking of like Greek gods and stuff like that, there's elementals and there are beings that you can compare them to, but there's no Zeus, there's no Hades in this story. But I do pull from all sorts of different mythologies. It's going to be blended in. I want to see what. I'm not thinking about people right now. Let's just think about thinking the buildings that are at the horizon line, all in the background first. Primordial be thy titles, attend and hear mine. Cool, bro. Are you writing something? Are you writing a book or something? What's up, guys? Thank you, Demi, Kami. Hello, what's up, Sergio? Thank you, bro. This case, we're gonna have Agnes Archive. I gotta look that up. That's interesting. Alright, bro. I kind of need this light. Sorry, Ceaseless. I wish there was a way you could see, but the graphite shines. The light is so close. TikTok could see good. Internet could, Instagram could see good. Some like pyramid type structures. So there's like this kingdom of genies who live in this land called Zep-Tepi. There's a whole story behind that. And they're not like genies like you're thinking of. They're much more nerfed just because they kind of lost their way. Because they started getting a little too modernized. A little too many shortcuts were given to them. Then there's this like kingdom of fairies up here. They're sort of like Irish, Indian mix type Celtic mythologies that are mixed up together. They're way up in like the mountains. But there are these guru genie, they're called guru jinn tribes that live on the outskirts of Zep-Tepi, and they're sort of seen as like indigenous or what's the word? Just behind the way these more modern genies where they're like super rich, they're living in luxury, and they have these lamps, these special lamp technologies that they can just give their energy to, and it materializes. Like, let's say there's a Lamborghini lamp where it can create your Lamborghini of your dreams, right? For a genie to do that on their own, they have to know inside and out how a Lamborghini works and all this stuff. They have to have extreme amount of knowledge and familiarity with the subject that they want to materialize. But because that's really difficult and it requires a lot of effort, the cloud has created a very smart technology, right? Teaming up with Spirit Tech, which is this military tech giant, where they created this lamp tech for them, where they could just materialize specific things, and over generations they got used to it, and that kind of caused them to lose their ridiculously OP power that they had before. Okay, let's not worry about that. So we got here, we have Ramadan. Esther steaming way off in the background. President's over here. All right, let's try. Let's click on this. Well, good luck. All right, man. Later. What's up, Baka? Wondering what other artists are up to. Oh, right now I'm working on an illustration that conveys the main issue, at least in part one of my story, where fairy tales are living in war-stricken areas and humans are asleep, living in peaceful, completely controlled, manipulated lands. But a lot of fairy tales, because it's so harsh on their side, they flee over here past this invisible wall. It's called the blank port or blank border, depending on your perspective. For fairy tales, they see it as a port of opportunity. And for humans that are awake in the cloud, which is all the way up here, the secret government up in the sky that manipulates the whole scene, they make sure that it's a border and that these guys don't come through unless they have a citizen chip planted into their neck so they could blend in to human territory society. Thank you. What are you up to, Baka? I'm practicing drawing faces, so I'm drawing Overwatch characters. Oh, cool, cool. You know what really helps with learning how to manipulate character faces and create really unique characters? Learning caricature art. That will help you a lot because you get to learn how to play with the different features and how the making one feature more extreme than the other changes a lot of creates distinct characters. You should get this book or look into it. I'll show you. Where's it at? Mad caricature art. There it is. It's a great book. A really useful book. You don't have to do it like the caricature art style, but when you get into this, you start to play with it because you're gonna have to realize that a lot of the Overwatch characters, they all have a similar look. They're all kind of pulling from the same kind of beautiful looking faces, same face, you know? There isn't too much distinction. Like, this is the penguin right here looking. Look at the difference. And if you were to put that in your own style, you can really create some interesting original characters. Ah, that's crazy. This is useful. See how he highlighted the nose and the brow ridge? And he said that's the defining feature for this guy, so that's how he chose it. And you sort of do that to your own characters. You begin to find, like, what's their defining feature? What's the thing that makes them them? And that's how you could create more unique characters. You don't have to go extreme caricature direction where it's like completely cartoony, but it's useful to be able to know how to access that. You have a fantastic idea, amazing artist in the world. We waiting for you to blow up on the world. Good luck for you always. Thank you, Habibti. Shukran. Okay. So now. This is where. I wanted to have like a kid, a fairy tale kid, like crying because he lost his parents or something, right here in the front. But the scale would be completely off if I were to put him right here and make him like. Hmm. Let's see. So I want to preserve this area so I can convey these fairy tale families running through this port opportunity. And then here we can have like this sealed off wall. We can have. What inspired your story you're trying to make? Just reflecting on the real world and anime. One Piece, especially One Piece, it showed me that you can create stories that aren't just entertaining but have real meaning in there and convey a lot about what's going on and can reach so many people in the world. For me, I noticed Naruto had ninjas, One Piece had pirates, Bleach had samurai, reaper guys, shinigamis. So I was like, what's my thing? And I committed to secret agents. So these cloud agents in black who keep humanity asleep to the truly magical world they live in. And just going down that line of thought, those ideas, more and more ideas start popping up and a world is built around it. I don't want to draw tiny ass characters over here. So what's gonna. Hmm. Thank you, Kill. Appreciate you. Maybe there's like in the mid ground right here, in this like middle area, we can have smaller armies, maybe tanks, maybe missiles being dropped. And we have like people in the trenches fighting, and then you have like these families running this way in here. And then in the foreground, the issue is because I have this middle part in the foreground, it kind of determines the scale. Otherwise, it's just not going to look like it's all one piece. It's going to feel like it's things pasted in there that don't belong in the picture, which might not be bad. Like, let me see here. I have the kids crying over here. Maybe a dude starving. No, it covers up too much. Okay. Kid eating ice cream. His mom. The dad is. Maybe they're crossing the street. this could be like the area where maybe we could just kind of isolate it. We could have like these clouds separating. So this is going to be waters. There's like traffic lights. Got like walk. Maybe there's like an ice cream truck. Maybe there's a guy actually. Okay, so the guy that's giving the ice cream, the ice cream man, whatever, he's actually a fairy tale citizen. He's having to blend into the territory, human side. And maybe we can show that he has a chip, or we can show how he really looks like. There's so much action in one scene. Yeah, right now it's gonna be very unclear, but it's all processing. Every little subtle change. So like, I went from this guy just giving ice cream to this kid on the human side, right? And the mom, she's trying to pay for it, but this guy's like, no, you don't have to. So I'm thinking about the storytelling as well as the placement of things. I'm not thinking about beauty and making sure like it's a beautiful character. And right now, that stuff comes later. For me, what's important is that you have a solid drawing that's grounded in some kind of logic, you know? And then from there you build on top of that. You can make it more beautiful and so forth. So, and then I was thinking about separating this giant wall, and we could kind of create. So this in the story world, the blank port is surrounded by water, and it's like in the middle of it's in the middle of it's a different kind of world, so I can't say in the middle of the ocean, but it's surrounded by water on both sides. So surrounded by water on both sides, maybe we could have, like I said, these misty clouds kind of covering this, and it will act like a separator for this sort of mural side. Not the mural. So this could be an image, and this could be separated, and you can have a sense like, no, these are not things that are close to each other, but it's reflecting that it's on one side. I'm gonna keep playing with it, and it'll be clear as I draw it for you guys. But same thing for this. So okay. We got something going on here. Let's just move over here now. So it's going to be shown the opposite. Yeah, like a except it's just going to be like in reality, these cities are not that close to the wall. Like they're separated by entire continents. And the wall itself is as big as probably a continent. So they're very far away, but I think what would be cool is maybe I can show like a little bit of the continent's edge, the different continents around the wall, as well as these clouds to kind of cover it up. And then we could have like we can have a sense of like, oh, this is just an image projection of what it is like to live in the human side. Right? And then we see like, that, oh, this is not near it, but he's conveying like this is how it is on both sides. So I'm gonna keep playing with it, bro. I'm gonna keep playing with it. It's easier to show you than to explain it. Yeah, it's tricky because I want it to feel like one piece illustration, but at the same time, these in the story world, these objects, these cities, these buildings, these lands are so far apart from each other. They're not that close. So this is just a mural to convey the difference in life in both sides, the human and fairy tale side. So and we're gonna go over the kneaded eraser, so we could kind of thank you. Yeah, check out my finished art, Baka. If you want to see some more cleaner art, you can get into. This is gonna take a minute. I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna take a minute for me to, because there's a lot of moving parts to this thing. This guy. Hmm. That's good. Hmm. These fairy tale kids crying. What is he next to contrast this guy giving ice cream to this kid, the mom. It's all peaceful. What's the contrast to that? It might be too much to show a dead body. It might be too much. Might be too much. Let me see. Maybe instead of the mom being dead, maybe we could just have fire as there's a maybe it's too real, guys. It's too real. Let me see. We could just show the hand. No, 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 no. Maybe he's holding his like little brother or something, or baby brother or sister. Crying. Uh oh. I think. Uh oh. Phone died. The one I was streaming with Instagram with. That sucks. Your live ended due to an internet connection error. Check your internet connection and go live again. What the hell? Are you kidding me? I'm still streaming on YouTube and Twitch. Okay, good stuff. So just keep going until this thing recharges, but that's weird. Please. Make sure that the scale kind of makes sense. It's the same picture playing here. So the kid is huge. So this kid over here is huge. So let's shrink him a little. Guys. You know what? Let me fix my internet situation. I don't know why it turns on and off. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna restart live. I'll be back.